Good afternoon, YouTube. As you can see from the title, I'm sick of bullshit customers. Now let me tell you the reason why I said that. I did a delivery yesterday, and the person specifically stated, leave it on the porch. And you know what? Ain't no point of me taking pictures. Ain't no point of me emailing Instacart and keep complaining about the same thing. I hope Instacart goes, I'm not even gonna say bankrupt, because see, companies could use bankruptcy just to redistribute their debt, and still they be making, the CEO be making millions and millions of dollars. So let me tell you, I had a delivery yesterday. They had all these cases of water, all these cases of sodas, and a whole bunch of stuff. They said leave it on the porch. I look at my report today. Customer feedback. You tell me, how does cases of water, cases of soda gets damaged? And got the fucking nerves to indicate that it was damaged. I'm so fucking pissed, because you know it doesn't really affect in a way it affects you in term monetarily, because number one, they could turn around and get free items. Call Instacart will sit up in there and says, oh, the customer's always right, and either one, they may give them a credit, or two, they're gonna turn around and or refund them the items. I don't know what the hell they do. I don't give a fuck what they do. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me that you not home, and I'm sitting up in here walking up to your house, lugging cases and cases of groceries on your step, and you talking about something was damaged. That's a bunch of bullshit. Now let me tell you, if any one of you want to be a fucking troll and come up in here and talk about me, I know how to obtain your IP address and know how to locate you for where you are. So don't try me today. The dumbass crackers, you better not try me today, or somebody who want to get online and talk about you complaining, you know, fuck you. I will shoot you in your motherfucking face if you make any kind of despairing comment about anything I say on this video. I will shoot you in your fucking face, for real. Because you know what, you ain't gonna come over here and hide between non-faceless and fake ass names and sit up in here and make comments about you know. So if you make a comment, I'm warning your trolls. I'm warning your trolls. I can't even talk. That's how fucking pissed I am. I'm warning your damn ass trolls right now. Leave a mess. Leave something stupid. Make up a fake YouTube name and make up a fake YouTube account and get on YouTube and talk shit. Y'all so dumbass people don't even know. You don't even know that you could be traced. And I know how to do it. So don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me, because I'm not in the fucking mood. You know, I'm not in the mood for the bullshit. But how you gonna sit up in here and indicate all these items damaged and you not even home? I leave it on the step. There's people that could clearly see groceries outside of your house and outside of your door. And you got the audacity to tell me in a note with Instacart and talk about leave it on the steps in 100 damn fucking degrees weather, and if you have perishable items, you're gonna sit up in here, it's damaged. And Instacart, y'all motherfucking idiots. Y'all a bunch of dumbasses. I hope y'all lose your contract with that Whole Food. And now that I found out that that ship is in Kroger's But that little thing is pending as well. I hope y'all lose all your damn contracts. I wouldn't be a damn customer and order my groceries for ship if I had 2 broken legs, 2 broken arms, and I had no way of getting groceries. God damn it. You know, I wouldn't use Instacart as a customer because y'all don't know how to treat. You know, y'all this little bullshit that you gonna sit up in here. I'm not. I hope the connection is good again. Alright, y'all, I'm back. I'm just so pissed. You just don't know. Customer ordered cases of Gatorade, cases of water, soda, and you talking about damage. You know, I am so pissed. All these companies could go to hell. All these customers who think that they want to call and be complaining, my stuff is damaged. Yes, it's a pain in the fucking ass. And I just got a bad review from a customer who told me to leave. 200. Nah, it ain't make no difference. It could be $20 of groceries or $100 of groceries. She wanted to leave the groceries on the step in this hot ass Atlanta weather of 98 something degrees. And then I looked at my matrix. She talking about the cases of Gatorade was damaged, the water, the Shawnee, what else did she have? What's that popular mineral water thing that everybody's buying now? It's in whatever. She gonna indicate a whole bunch, all the groceries that I sat there that she said to deliver on her step. And I just drove by the lady's house not too long ago. I had another person that lived in the same neighborhood. I just dropped this lady groceries off. She was home and she was like, you know, cheerful, like, hey, how you doing? And I gave her bag and that case of water. And I said, I got it. I could leave, you know. I said, no, I got it. I can put it up to your house, you know, lay it down. I didn't want her to grab the case, but she did, you know, whatever. And the bag, and then she thanked me, and I told her they didn't have a little cheese thing or whatever. I said I had got her the smoked ham and American cheese. They didn't have the smoked ham and the smoked cheddar something or whatever. And they said they always never have something over there. And I said, I don't know. But she was, you know, she was like, but that's a perfect choice. You know, now I don't see the tip yet, but you know, usually, you know, you get a tip is when the order does not come in, the payment doesn't process right away. Usually when you look and say you drive 10 minutes and you say, well, damn, why that payment ain't processed yet? Usually 99% of the time the customer is leaving a tip on the app and they're processing that payment in the app. But but man, when I'm looking, I see all these, a whole string of stuff that I delivered last night to this customer damage. I was just, ooh, you don't know, I was just so pissed. I was so pissed. I am so pissed. I took time to go to the grocery store, and this was a double batch order, meaning that I had 2 deliveries and grocery shop at the same time. The first lady, she was the one that lived in the forest, and they had no mailbox in front of the house, and her house was in the woods, and then they had no street. I mean, literally, it was like in a forest. You can't see my house off the street. It's across the street from the new development. I said, well, ma'am, I'm here at the street, but I don't see the way to turn. Oh, there's no way to turn. You got to go into the woods. I'm like, hell no. I said, no, ma'am, I'm not going to the deep woods. I'm sorry. My car is not equipped to do that. So she met me in her car, and we just transposed her groceries into her trunk, and she went on about her business. You know, just because some of these areas is maybe, you know, it may be, some people may want to call them suburbs, but some of these places are still country. Outside of the city of Atlanta, and you start going outside, some of these places is still farmland, or it used to be farmland, and then they come here and people tear up all the trees and build a brand new subdivisions, townhomes, and then there's these little few people still left that lived in these shack houses for generations and generations, and somehow or another the city of Swanee or Cumming or whatever township they live in has not decided to take the property due to eminent domain and build up a condo or thing. So they live there because they can't afford to move. So let me not talk about gentrification in urban cities. We also have to talk about the transformation of country or rural areas, rather. That's the word. Rural areas are going through the same thing. The only difference is the color. Poor white trash and black folks living in ghettos and living in rundown areas. And then when people with money, because that's what it is, it ain't so much about race, but if you got the money and the connections, then you're able to sit up in here and buy up anybody's property because you want to build a $500,000 condo or whatever on the site. So there's some people too that's still in flight, but they'll still sit up there and vote for damn Donald Trump and be like, Donald Trump is the thing. That damn, you know, y'all dumb crackers, y'all don't realize, you think that Donald Trump cares about you? If you ain't in that elite with the money, millionaire, but these people still sit up in here and vote for these hardcore Republicans, and they don't even live in your neighborhood. They're not gonna live in those damn bunch of Peckerwood white trash neighborhoods. So much they're not gonna live in a whole black neighborhood unless they want to take it over and run black folks out and then put a damn Starbucks. I guess I'm not using my master's. You know, I have an MBA degree too, and I'm not using it. But you know what? Getting an education seems to be overrated. I mean, formal education, MBA. You know, I said bump it. You know, I'm just gonna seriously work these gigs and start my own business for real. You know, for real. I don't care what it is. I don't know what it is yet, but I've always had that passion of doing my own business. And I guess getting that MBA, you do have some skill sets that you do learn. There are some things that you do obtain. Education gives you some sort of experience, but sometimes, you know, you have to always keep on educating yourself. But you don't necessarily have to go and get a degree. A degree is good for certain occupations. It's not so hard. Most of these companies want too much and have you jumping for hoops. Exactly. And I'm not jumping for fucking hoops. Sit up in here delivering all those groceries and you gonna talk about damage. Really? I hope Instacart goes out of business. And the way they do it, and the way they little stupid things they doing, and the little stupid business practices that they doing, ain't gonna be too long. What we should do is I should go right on Facebook and I should tell everybody we need to take one day where everybody is not going to do a grocery shop. Just take one day. One. And say, you know what, let's all not, you know, when you do the schedule, let everybody not choose a schedule. Let everybody choose a day and say, you know what, we're not going to work anymore until y'all change their policy. Customers need to tip prior to the groceries getting delivered to them, not the other way around. That dumb stupid ass lady yesterday, do you think he deserved a tip? Bitch, you could have got out of that fucking house and went up the street yourself with your crippled ass husband that was sitting there complaining, talking about, look, this is the Publix mayonnaise, look what size it is. That's the what the fucking thing you chose, dumbass. I'm sitting here thinking that in my mind. I said, you know what? The last time someone left off the beefsteak tomatoes. Well, you see it in the bag now. You know? Trying to be smart ass. You didn't even come to the door to even help me with the groceries in your apartment. I could have went to the house, apartment. You got it yourself. Exactly. Wow. Do you think he deserved a tip? She ain't had to leave out her house at that hot ass house an apartment. That's where she lived, in an apartment. And then somebody in the background. Why the door open? She's still here. I wasn't even coming in your apartment. You know, you could have got your shit yourself. I should have put that stuff right at the steps. Walked to the apartment. All right, here you go, and put it right down in front of your door. I'll be back to get the rest of the bag and put it in front of your door. You know, these damn ungrateful, stupid ass customers, you know, and then you're gonna lie. I hate liars. Don't lie. How a case of water, Gatorade, and cans of water and mineral water gets damaged? How? You tell me that. And got the nerve to tell me drop it off at the step, leave it on the porch, and you ain't even home. Ugh, I'm just so perturbed. You know, I just hate that. I hate that with a passion. And the thing that makes it worse is Instacart believes that shit. You can look at the notes and you see leave it on the steps. And then the customer turn around and you're going to say all these stuff damaged? No. If they don't figure that out yet and figure that out, they're going to keep on losing money. They're going to keep on losing money. And people are going to figure it out. If Instacart was in my neighborhood and if they had service Stone Mountain, you know, do the same thing. Oh, I ordered groceries, it's damaged. Just to see what they say. But you know what? I got too much integrity to even do something stupid like that. I mean, I've done over probably about what 300 over 200 something deliveries. I ain't never had no issues with damage anything until these people started leave it on the porch, leave it on the step. You know, obviously, well, you out and about. You could have went to your own damn groceries and got it yourself. You know what? Let me wait till this block is over. My thing is over at 4 o'clock. I'm gonna write me a good old email with Instacart. I don't even feel like to do it. I don't even know if I should even waste my breath and do that. What do y'all think? You think I should send them an email about that or leave it alone? If you do an Instacart, tell me what you think. How do you handle when you get your customer feedback and somebody writes that you got a whole buttload of groceries and they claim it's damaged and they tell you to leave it in front of their steps and they're not home? How do you handle that? Because that bothers me. That pisses me off the most. I don't even care about if nobody tips or very few people tip or occasionally, because you know what, you're always going to get those, you know, say out of 20 people I do a week in grocery shop, I'm gonna say at least 4 people's gonna give you a tip. At least 4. I ain't gonna say half of the people. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say out of 20, 10 people gonna tip. But I'm gonna say at least out of 10 people, I would say 4 people is gonna tip you for sure. You know, if I do 20 orders in a week, 9 or 10 people may tip, maybe half, depending on where I'm at. You know, I'm sick of these. I'm really sad. I'm tired of these dang gig jobs, for real. You know, I'm sitting here at this Chick-fil-A. I went right back to the Chick-fil-A that I've been sitting there since this morning. I did have 2 deliveries that I did. So the minute I get the delivery, I either go across the street from the Publix if they tell me to go there, or I go down the street at the other Publix at Mathis Airport. I would just let the company know and inform them that, yo, I said that. I did that. I told them that. I said, you know, but they're not saying, but see, this is the thing. They know that. They read the notes. They see the customer's not home and they say leave it on the step. But it doesn't make a difference with Instacart, Because when I told them that several times, and the only response I get is, well, the customer's always right. We gotta believe them what they say. Okay, y'all sit up and keep believing lies. They know that. People across the country on the Facebook groups, there's different Facebook groups with Instacart that complains and say the same thing. I even sent them a long email and sent pictures and video. All I get is an email back. Thank you for your service, and you've been great, and you've been wonderful. And that's it. They don't even read it. It don't even seem like they read the email. It's like it's like some generic email that somebody made up. Some generic email that's made up. But they said, oh, don't worry. It doesn't affect you at all in terms of, it's just feedback for, really? Then that's the feedback I don't need. I don't need lies. I don't need feedback of lies. Don't feedback something to me that's not true. Because people are complaining. Because one, poor service is not, oh, why is this so expensive to deliver? Why I'm being charged $25 service fee? That's not, that ain't got nothing to do with the person who shopped your groceries. Why should I sit here and take all the blame and the hit? Why should shoppers take the blame and hit? Because customers are complaining. Now, I know in the beginning when I first started going grocery shop and I would pick out produce and I'll be looking at it, I said, you know what, this look a little bit iffy. But the person said they want strawberries. And I looked at those strawberries and I was like, I don't know. I said, this might be a 50-50 chance. I said, okay, I'll take the chance. I'll put it in the cart. When all the strawberries looked bad, I tried to pick the best one out of the bad batch. So rather than me hitting bad batch, refund, and then go to the customer's house and tell them all the stuff looked bad, I didn't feel comfortable buying it, and I didn't get it. They will understand that me buying it because they wanted strawberries and get it. So I learned my lesson. Sometimes you got to be straight up with people. If the produce Instacart is garbage, the same thing happened to me. This lady told me leave her groceries on the porch and gave me back because of her ice cream melted. Exactly. Who fucking buys ice cream in the summer and not home and not be home, and you tell them to leave it on a damn concrete cement porch? That thing will melt within 2 minutes. I bought me a candy bar one time, and I know what I was thinking, and I had bought me like a pack of the Hershey candy bar. I ate one candy bar, had a candy bar in the car, driving home. Man, that whole thing melted, and I put that thing in the freezer, and I was like, shh. I was like, God dang. And then, like I told you, when I'm doing my deliveries in Swanee Cumming area, I'm 40 minutes from home. What the hell I did was why the hell did I buy a pack of Hershey chocolate candy, driving in a hot ass car? Even if I had the air conditioner on, that thing melted. So you can imagine about the damn ice cream. These people be a trip. They're a trip with this damn ordering thing. And then I found out today through another, I used to do Ship, right? That's the other grocery company late last year, and they needed a lot of people. They hired people just enough to get through that Thanksgiving, Christmas shopping spree. Man, I went to the Publix. They was running out of this, running out of that. They didn't have this, and they were like begging people, can you please take this order? We'll give you an extra $10. And I'm sitting here taking all those extra Metro orders with Ship. In the meantime, the customer mad as hell. So I had to take the hit for stupidness with Instacart. Not Instacart, it's Ship. And they talk about, well, your numbers are too low. No, you motherfucker want to lose people. And when the holiday and season's over, they'll try to find some reason to deactivate you. I wouldn't go with Ship no more. I'm telling you, keep doing those promos. You wait until the holiday come. You do those promos. I'm gonna tell you, the promos, it ain't always cracked up to be. Those promos, when they give out that extra promo, I mean, you must be talking about the Metro orders. But if they offering a promotion, I don't know if you talk about the Metro orders or you talking about the promo pay that they give you. I wouldn't do no promo pay. Sometimes it's good. You could do $25 and say, ooh, it's $25. But I don't know what Metro is. Oh, Metro. You probably meant to say Metro. You have to do ship in waves. You know, if I had to start all over again with ship, I wouldn't have done all those hours like I was doing in that short period of time. And they even told me, they even brought me back. But I'm telling you, I knew what their game was. They had used me during the Christmas time, and it was just too much. Let me tell you, it was, to be honest with you, I had did like 70-something hours with ship, and I was driving all over different. Uber Eats is starting that nonsense also. Our referrals was deactivated yesterday. Oh, really? They deactivated your account, or they deactivate you doing referrals? Tell me again, Paula. I was reading it, but I didn't understand. Let me see if I can go back and see if I can read the chat again. Let me see. Uber Eats started at oh, okay. You know what? That thing, well, you know what? I don't really believe in referrals when it comes to doing Uber or Ship or any of these companies when they say pay referrals. Well, you know what? You know what though? I didn't do Uber Eats for months. I didn't do Uber for months, period. And my Uber Eats thing dropped down from 80, it was like 100%, then it dropped down to 90 something, then it dropped down to like 77%, and after that I stopped doing Uber Eats and I was doing those other companies. And the minute I decided to turn on Uber Eats again and did it for like, I did it for like 4 or 5 orders, they keep pushing me to do Uber for driving. I refuse to drive people. So they deactivated my Uber Eats account. I still could do Uber. I could still do regular Uber, but I can't do people. I'm sorry. I don't have no patience. Yeah, so they deactivated my Uber Eats account it's going on about a month now. Maybe, yeah, about a month. And I wasn't even doing it like that. I was doing it like, you know, an hour, a day, not even a day, because I wasn't even doing it every day. I was doing it like 2 days, you know, just turning on the app, driving around the neighborhood, around my house, because that's all I was doing, you know, trying to get me an extra $20 or something. And that was it. That was my and then after that, and next you know, they deactivated my Uber Eats account. So I emailed Uber Eats. Well, I emailed Uber. It's so stupid how they do it with Uber Eats. They pay a fee, and they pay some so-called mileage, but it's so low. It's like $1 something. Like I did, okay, when I did Uber Eats, right, I had like 5 deliveries. When they broke it down, they had delivery fee, no, they had pickup fee, mileage fee, which was like $1 and some change. It wasn't even $1. Hi Teresa, would you like to end your current shift early without penalty? Yeah, right. I sat here all this time and y'all want me to end my block early without penalty, and I still got another damn block to do at 5 o'clock. Yeah, right. I'm gonna sit my ass right over here until I may wait until about 3:30 and then do it. I ain't not ending my block early. It's not busy. Can you end it early? No, I'm gonna sit right here and wait. I don't know. It just depends, because I have to think about how is it gonna be come Saturday, Sunday. I'm gonna let them pay my damn. I'm gonna let them pay my dang guarantee. If I'm gonna get 70 hours, I'm gonna drag out these 70 hours. Y'all can give me, I don't care if I don't get no more orders for the rest of the week. I'm gonna sit here. Y'all gonna pay my $700, $800, or close, or whatever. It can be $800. Shoot, I'm gonna sit right here. You want to talk about me leaving early? Let somebody else leave early. Somebody out there is going to want to leave early. I'm not leaving early. It ain't make no sense to leave early. And it's not like I have another, when that thing ends at 4 o'clock, and I'll come back on again at 5, from 5 to 10. Now I already know from 5 to 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9 o'clock, I'm not going to get another order. I'm going to stay right on my ass. That's exactly right, Garland, Texas vegan. Shoot. I'm going to sit right here. The last time I did that, we didn't have enough people. Do you want to leave early? And a month ago, I did that on a Monday. They haven't sent me to Costco yet. Not in this area. Not in this zone. I've been to Costco when I was doing other zones. But in this zone, they got a Costco. But ain't nobody been ordering from Costco yet. If somebody ordered from Costco, then yeah, I'll go. But I don't have a, they supposed to mail me a card. But I ain't got no card. I ain't seen no card. I ain't heard of no card. That executive card. So I haven't got a Costco orders in this area. There's a Costco right near the Mall of Georgia, but not yet. Besides, I wouldn't want to be messing with no damn Costco. I don't care if they give you an extra $6 bump. Half those people want cases of watering, cases of cheap ass meat, and then they're gonna talk about it's look like it's soft, it's look like it's gonna spoil. I thought they told me that it comes in a secure air conditioned. I was about to say, how would you shop at Costco if you don't have a card? Oh, when I did Costco, I was only picking up the orders and delivery. It was delivery only with Costco. But see, Costco in Atlanta, I don't know all the Costcos, but in Atlanta, they don't have in-store shoppers anymore. Ship came into Costco, and because of that, Costco told Instacart they had to get rid of their refrigerators. So they don't have in-store shoppers anymore with Costco. Now they have it where you go to Costco, you have to do the shop yourself. But most of the Costco orders was delivery only. But now they don't do it. But you know what? Costco said they're going to have their own delivery service. So to be honest with you,
have you been here?
They're not going to do those contracts they had with Ship and Instacart. I think they're going to terminate their contract with Instacart. Whatever their terms were, they're going to get rid of them. And Ship just recently started doing Instacart, but you know, Ship don't have a whole, I mean, Ship, they only had one grocery store when I did it last year, late last year. Then I heard they got Kroger. Then I heard they got Costco. So I don't know. All these stores want to overlap. Oh, we need Ship. Oh, we could do Instacart. Oh, we have both the stores. You know how many? You know how much revenue that those stores are going to give to Costco and Instacart to have people come in there and do the grocery shop? You know, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you, Ship makes their money by increasing the price. So let me give you an example what Ship does. You go to Ship and say you bought an ice cream at Publix and it's $3. The customer who order through Ship, that same ice cream that costs $3, they paying $5 for that ice cream. And then on top of that, Ship has a membership, which is like the same thing that Instacart has, $90 or $149 a year. So they charge more in premiums of the groceries, and then they also charge some additional fees too. So a lot of people were disgusted with Ship, and they said, oh, let me give Instacart a try, because all what Ship does is that Ship, and you sign that book, everybody got to sign the book for tax exempt, and they say, oh, it's tax exempt. All they do is turn around, buy the groceries at the Costco or Publix or Kroger price, and they turn around and they put a premium charge, and so if the groceries is $200 tax free, they turn around and sell that same groceries to the customer. $200 groceries, they turn around and they charge them $250 or more. That's how they make their money. And then they sell the membership. So a person, why the hell am I gonna get a membership for $99 or $159 and then turn around and paying more? That's stupid. But you know what? People are paying for service, realizing that I would need to understand all the nuisance of the delivery service, or it would be financially manager. Sam's told me that Amazon is trying to partner with Costco. Oops. What? They trying to partner with Costco and do what? Let me see. And manager Sam's told me that Amazon is trying to partner with Costco and Sam's here in Indianapolis. Amazon's going to have their own thing. I don't think they're going to be partnering no Costco. That don't make no sense. I think somebody just talking up their butt when they said that statement. That didn't make no sense. That's dumb. Now, I could see Costco partnering with Instacart and Ship. But for them to say that Amazon is going to partner with Costco, no. That ain't going to happen. Costco is already way financially well off than the Krogers and Target. Costco has a strong financial not record, what the word I'm using. Costco has a strong financial backing. They don't need Amazon to partner with them to do nothing. If anything, Costco is going to try to stay one step ahead of Amazon before Amazon take this world dominance over. Because see, the only reason why they bought Whole Foods was to have a physical presence of a store versus the Amazon Fresh, which has an online presence of groceries, and people just could not hang on, or just could not grasp the concept of ordering their groceries online without knowing that they are getting their groceries from a physical grocery store, even if somebody else is picking for them and delivering it to them. So Amazon buying Whole Foods is to expand their brand into the Whole Foods. Is to go ahead and have a distribution center, and they could have 19, how many Whole Foods stores there are nationwide? 40, 50 stores or something like that. It ain't a lot. It ain't a whole lot of stores. So they using all those stores that they bought for that $15 billion is to use them as distribution centers for Amazon, so people could go in and still buy groceries at the cheap and still get those groceries delivered to their house, and then they still be able to bring in their all the other FBAs, which is fulfillment by Amazon. That's what FBA is. So that's why I'm sitting here as I'm talking with y'all. That's why I would have a partnership with Amazon doing something, selling something. I don't care. Sunflower seeds, for all I know. Go to, open up an Amazon store and then do a Shopify or whatever platform and partner as a small person who has a little Amazon store and pay their little commission, and I'll do that. I would do that. You find your niche. And I will partner and do an Amazon store. Now, I know a lot of times, a lot of, Amazon people be complaining with Amazon. They always taking all these fees and da. But I'm gonna tell you, I'd rather get on with I'm gonna get on with Amazon, and I'm gonna do Shopify. I've been thinking about this for months, going back and forth. And I was like saying, well, dang, what kind of product I'm gonna do? I gotta start. That's my problem. I keep running around behind all these raggedy ass companies, taking all my time from morning, noon, and night. And then when night and the evening come, I'm so dang tired, that I can't even concentrate on my own business. I gotta stop that. I'm not trying to make $1 million and everything like that. I just want to make a little income and become financially well off and make some money. And it takes some time, but you got to start small and you got to test market. You got to see what would work. Ain't no different. To be honest with you, I'd rather put all my efforts in doing that than putting all my efforts driving all over. Damn, Amazon does indeed need a lot of contractors to build their financial protection. Yep, exactly. And they're gonna need, and that's how they are successful. Amazon has 100,000 people, or whatever the number is, I don't know, selling through Amazon. They don't need to have a distribution center. They don't need to buy products from China. They got people, ordinary people, that does the service, sells the service. Okay, who has the product? Because the customer needs that. All you doing is shipping the little product to Amazon fulfillment center, and you pay what the square feet to keep your product on the shelf. Amazon's not making money, but your stuff is sitting on their shelf. They making their money once their product gets sold. So they want to have a lot of people, because they're getting paid from you, the small person. Now you could do a drop shipping business, Alibaba and some other companies out there, and do drop shipping, and you could use the platform of Shopify to sell your product. I've been looking at a lot of videos about drop shipping, a lot of videos. And the more and more that I think about it, more and more I really want to do it. The basic membership for Shopify is like $29 a month. You could pay $29 a month easily. Now I may do the drop shipping. I'm not gonna do buy a bunch of products and sell it. Now if I was doing, say, a service or something like that, I would do that. But I've been learning so much, but I need to start putting all my things in action. I keep talking about it, but I need to put it in action, because and I gotta stick with it. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, just because you bought a kit of $50 and you made your money back in $50, that don't mean it doesn't work. You just have to keep on at it. You can't do something for a couple months and say, oh, it didn't work, I can't do it, I need money, I don't have no money, oh, I'm broke, I ain't got no money. I don't care. You can make money. I already told y'all yesterday in my yesterday video, scanning receipts and getting points and then getting these different gift cards, and or whatever. Trust me, if I ever get down and out, I ain't gonna say down and out, because I ain't down and out, because I'm gonna keep doing all these different apps, but it's gonna have a purpose. This is gonna have a purpose. But you know what though? These people who started Amazon and Instacart and Grubhub and all these companies, they ain't no smarter than anybody else. All they did was came up with an idea and got some angel investors or some investors out there that's willing to invest their money, because people are not going to give you their money. Yeah, Mr. Safety. Yeah, you look like you could do some good things. I mean, a lot of times, ideas and dreams are at I don't want to leave this earth and say, damn, I had that idea, I should have did it. Oh, I could have done it. I shoulda, coulda. I don't want to do that no more. I think that when I left the IRS last year, and it was like for years I've said I wanted to get my own business. I even wrote my business plan for my MBA. My last project was write a business plan and start a business plan, and it was a pet boutique business. Now look, everybody got a damn dog. Everybody buys products for their dogs. So I'm gonna take that idea that I had, I'm gonna dust it off, and I'm gonna start my online presence. It's the same hustle it takes me to hustle to do these jobs at Instacart, for me to get up and let me do the grocery shopping. Let me go ahead and get it's the same hustle that I could do with my own business. I could have my own hustle doing my own business. I'd rather know that I'm gonna do it and fail, but keep trying again. Keep trying, even if I can make an extra, $3,000 a month online, having an online store, at least I could say, shoot, I probably made my salary and more. So I'm going to get off my butt, and I'm going to do my store. I'm gonna do it, and I had thought about it. Oh, let me think about it. I need to stop looking at these YouTube videos, and I need to go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it, and that's what I'm gonna do. All right, I want to eat lunch. I ain't eating Publix today. I know I've been eating Chick-fil-A too much, but dang it, it's so easy to come here and eat here. Oh Lord, it's 3 o'clock, going on 3 o'clock. Instacart already sent me the turtle a couple hours ago, asking me if it's slow, do you want to go home? I know I'm gonna keep on keeping this. I'm gonna collect this $10 an hour. But see, you don't get paid. Well, put it this way, you don't get the guarantee until the end of the week, until Sunday. That's the thing about it. I'm not getting $10 an hour from 10 to 4. I'm not getting $60 to that's I already had 2 deliveries, so that was what, 9. Today's delivery fee was $9.75. It's amazing, they going down lower and lower. It was $10.25 on the weekends, and then I want to say Monday was 10, then during the week it's $9.75. But the minute that guarantee is ended, and they already feel that people are making more than the guarantee in each of the zones, they going right back down to $7. And the minute they go down to some crazy amount like that, you can forget it. I'm not working all day, every day like this. I will not. I will go into somebody's fast food restaurant first and work behind the counter as a cashier, working for Chick-fil-A if I have to, or working for Publix at a supermarket, before I ever sit up in here and drag myself all over damn Atlanta, making some chump change and doing this full time with Instacart, I'll go in the fast food business first. I sure would. I'll work at Quick Trip. I'll work as an assistant manager first. When Instacart decides that they want to go down in their rate in this Swanee Cumming area, yeah, I know. I'm gonna be an inspiration. Trust me. I'm gonna hang in there. I'm gonna hang in there, y'all. And I appreciate it. No, Instacart ain't changed their pay scale yet. What I'm saying is that when the guarantee is no longer. See, this area ain't gonna be a guarantee. A zone is not gonna stay guaranteed forever. They wait until the average pay that people make in the zone is $10 or more. When shoppers in a guarantee zone or they finally start making $10 or more, they stop the guarantee. It's no longer a guarantee zone at all. And then that's when they go back. That's when they change the rates. It goes down to like $9. It goes down to they don't even go down to $9. It go down to like $7.50, $7.25. Sometimes $6. Yep, they do that. When it's not guaranteed no more, they don't pay $10 and $10.25 anymore for the guarantee. It goes back down. It goes down to $7.50, $7. I've never, even in other zones that's not a guarantee. Once you're not in that guarantee, if you're not as a new shopper, your first 20 batches you guarantee $10 an hour. After you finish your 20 batches or something like that, once you finish your 20 batches, you no longer get $10 guarantee. The other part of the guarantee is when you're in a zone that is new, and as long as you're working in a new zone, they'll still give you $10 guarantee. But the thing is, once everybody who works that zone makes $10 or more average as a collective whole, then it's not a guarantee anymore. And that's what I'm saying. I know I've been working in this Lawrenceville Swanee zone for about I'm gonna say going on 2 months. No, month and a half. Something like that. I don't know. I think it's a month and a half. And I've been getting they have to give me like $100 or $125 guarantee to make up for the number of hours that I've been working. And I work a lot of hours when I do Instacart. I try to get like 50 hours minimum, 52 hours minimum. This week I managed to get 70 hours. There is a company okay, I appreciate that. Let me know what company that is. I was doing this other company, but it's mostly people who have it's like a gig where you pick up items and then you drive it cross country. A lot of them was like that. Some of them were local, but I had used the service for this thing called gig. Dang it, what's the name of it? I had a file cab that I wanted to get picked up from the H.H. Gray. Was going out of business, and I didn't have I didn't want to rent a truck, and I didn't know how to drive no truck. So I went to this one gig account. It's based in Atlanta, and I hired MedSpeed. Okay, MedSpeed. I'm gonna try to remember that. But I remember I had did use a service like that. It was a small. Okay. You think they have it? You think they have that in Atlanta? MedSpeed? Or is it only in certain areas? I'm surprised that they would even allow people to deliver medicines and stuff. I'll be a little bit skeptical about having someone deliver medicine to me. I should take my little 20-minute break because, I really don't want to take another order for Instacart if it comes in. I don't need to eat my lunch.
You write August's name on it? I'll bring it.
I've got another hour before my shift is officially over. But knowing that dumb Instacart, it's in the Midwest, I don't think that was the one I was hired with, but I could go back through my emails. Okay. Alright, if you do, send it to my email address, tsmallwood68@gmail.com. Okay. That's interesting.
Well, that's not just a good handwriting class, okay? Gotcha. I better be amazed.
Okay.
And you know what? I had emailed my friend about the SunTrust position, and he said that he don't know what's going on. He said that they are behind, so they're a little bit backed up. So, because I spoke to someone who worked at SunTrust, and they said that they was doing mass hiring of people. So I wonder that mass hiring of people, like tellers and all these other positions, and that they're a little bit behind, because it's a human resources, and I got communicated from human resources, and they was in Illinois. So I'm wondering that since I'll hear something back from them soon, but I'm just gonna peek. I'm gonna press on. I'm gonna start applying for other positions too. I'm still looking forward for SunTrust, but all these companies, it kills me. Is that they've been, for these 9 years of economic turmoil, that a lot of companies are so short-staffed that they have even people who work in human resources. They've been so short-staffed with people that they have trouble catching up and notifying people that it's taking a little bit of slow time to get things done. So a lot of people don't have human resources like they used to. Everything is outsourced to a third-party company, and handle all the preliminary things. And if a company does have human resource in the office, it's only like they have a small staff of people. But I have to understand that when even though SunTrust is a Atlanta-based bank, it's not really an Atlanta-based bank. It's Southeast. They have several states and countries across the country. My little Fitbit tells me to get up and walk 250 steps an hour. Don't worry, I'm gonna get those steps in. But it kills me though how even then certain positions that handles the back office of office work and things like that they get so behind. They keep dragging their feet. There's companies out there that's looking to hire people. We had a baby boom age. A lot of people are due to retire, and they trying to stretch out the people they got as much as they can. A lot of people are getting mad and frustrated, leaving corporate America, working for themselves, or thinking that, I had a few people who said, you think I should quit my job to do Uber and do all these gig economies? And they asked me, can you make money surviving with your, I can't answer that question. I can't tell nobody to leave your current job to do Uber and Instacart and all these gigs. I'm just so happy to be resourceful and know how to budget in the past. I wouldn't, I'm not saying that it's easy, but you just have to be a little bit smart about, you have to be a little bit smart about it, And to be honest, I'm not trying to get no corporate job and want to be nobody's manager and move up in the world and, you know, and become an executive or whatever. I don't want to do that. I'll be 50. I'll spit on myself. I'll be 50 years old next year. And if I live to be 80, I already live half of my life. You know? I already live 1/3 of my life if I live to be 80. You know? I don't need to be nobody's boss, supervisor, or nothing of that sort. You know, I just want to be able to work at a company, get benefits, not deal with a whole lot of stupid stress, and not have to deal with, not having to deal with politics, you know. I mean, every job is going to be politics. I'm quite sure if I worked at SunTrust, there's going to be some politics involved. But, you know, I'm not really looking for all of that. I'm not looking for all that responsibilities in corporate America, because when they don't want you no more, they don't need you no more, they'll get rid of you. And a lot of times, a lot of people thinking that your job is being eliminated going to India. Those jobs ain't going to India. Those jobs are being automated and taken over by computers. You know, it's being taken over, and even if it is going to foreign countries, those people are getting paid $600 a month, and that's paid to a company, and they not paying hardly nothing. You know, customer service jobs, they don't have to be answered by people. Customer service jobs can be answered by a computer, chat. That's a computer that answers those questions and answers and helps you. You went to 2 months of emails. I appreciate that. I really think that you did that. Well, send it to my email, like I said, tsmallwood68@gmail.com. You know, I want to come up with a great idea, but I want to be home. I need to be home on my laptop and start doing my research. You know, I had started building my little personal website when I started learning how to do coding with HTML and CSS. And it was free. It was at this meetup group I went to. And I've been neglecting my poor little website. But I need to start going back on there, start adding on and writing my blog. You know, there's money to be made in different ways, I tell you. Even making money on YouTube. You know, I didn't know you could make money on YouTube. You know, I didn't know that you could make money on YouTube until about a few months ago. Because I got a card through Google the other day, or several months ago. They said, please verify your PIN number and your AdSense account. I said, what the hell is this? So I looked on there, went online, and I saw that I had about $58 sitting there. But I can't get that $58 because you had to get $100 to get that check. And I had stopped making videos. And then I didn't monetize some of my videos. I said, what? I said, I've been making these little bit of videos I've been making. I was going to get $58 so far. So I said, shoot. So I started learning and finding out that people were making videos, and you had to be consistent and just do it every day almost, that you can make money with YouTube. And I don't be talking about nothing. I don't be talking about nothing but complaining and griping. And y'all know I've been doing that. But I had some videos that had some important information. So I said, dang, can you imagine if I was really serious and start being serious about this YouTube channel, and I start talking about, you know, something that everybody would love to know about. Everybody was telling me, I had got people response about taxes. And I went to talk about taxes, and I made my little comments and telling people, because I work at the IRS, so you know me, I knew the whole inside scoop. And I was giving free information away. And people was like, you should do your own tax business. Why don't you do your own tax business? And I was like so angry and mad after I left the IRS because of how I left, because I didn't get a chance to curse nobody out, that I found out a couple of days ago from a former co-worker who I bumped into. He no longer worked at the IRS either. He was sick, and they fired him, and he had to fight, and they had to give him his retirement. He had got forced into retirement, which is no great big deal anyway, because you only get 30% when you retire. He didn't have the age. No, he had the age because he was almost 60. And then he was there for 20-something, 30-something years or so. I don't know how long he was there. But he wasn't there no 30 years. He had almost the age. Because if I'm 50, he would have been about... Yeah, he might have been almost at that age. So he was almost at that age. But you only get 20-30% of your salary. You only get... I don't think you get 50% of your salary when you retire. See, a lot of people be like, ooh, you got a government job, and you got great benefits. Hell no. I don't know where people got that impression from, but that is not true. So, when you retire, if you don't reach age 65, and now they changed it, it's like 68, you only get, if you do retire at an earlier age, you only get 40% of your salary. And then if you have that thrift plan, that's tax deferred. So you don't, you got to pay money on that investment for, it's like a thrift plan, which is similar to a 401k. So it's a lot of, I'm telling you, when you really think about it, when you work for someone, you really can't plan retirement by working for somebody unless you gotta work for a really good company that offers a pension plan. And I'm talking about a good one too, not that BS, because pension plans could go bankrupt, just because some say I got a pension plan, but if that company goes out of business or go under, that pension plan is zero. So all that money that people were waiting to collect on that pension, and they have a company that gets taken over or bought out, and you lose all that money. All that value goes down. You don't see a nickel of that money when it's time to come. And then if they had some money in there, they like, okay, here's your pension. It's $100. That's what happened to my father. He worked at the New York City cab, driving cabs, the yellow cabs in New York. And when he passed away, and my mother, they was like, what about my father's pension? Because at that time, the taxi cab industry, or the taxi limousine and commission service, I don't know what happened. I think, with the state of New York and everything else. All right, I'm back. People be calling me, is this Teresa? Is Teresa there? This is she. Well, this is the such and such cancer support. Okay, thanks. I'm going to look at it when I open my email. I'm like, this is such and such from the such and such support center. I'm like, I'm not interested. Stop calling soliciting, Not interested. Don't be calling me by my first name like you know me. I'm not interested. Leave me alone.
I might take it going.
So what was I saying before I got disturbed by that phone call? So my father worked for the New York City taxi limousine commission service, and he had a pension. And I don't know what happened. I think either, when you work, I don't know. Something happened to the point where, I don't know what happened. All I know is when my mother came to collect under his pension for the state of New York, and all those years my father worked as a taxi cab driver, that company went under. They went under. So I think that when it was all said and done, I think the pension, it came up to like $50 or something crazy. Something crazy. And then for my mother, she worked for the state of New York. And when they forced her to retire, she was like in her mid-50s or so, and she went on to a new career in ministry. She got a $90,000 something a year pension. And then she collects a pension from the state of New Jersey. And then she get another pension when she retires from the United Methodist Church. So my mother's like living it up. You know? But you don't get those. There's no such thing as pensions anymore with no company. Unless you with a really good sound company. The only place I know that offers a pension if you work like, say, State Farm. I know they still offer their employees a pension. But let something financially economic disaster happen with State Farm and they're not able to pay out that pension years later. You never know. And then about it, they'll even change it up. Some companies don't offer pensions anymore. They went to change and switched over to a 401k. And when they switched over to the 401k, they, because it costs them less, but there's risk. Your 401k is based on the market, the stock market. You get $80,000, $90,000, and let that economic collapse happen like it happened 8 years ago. People had lost half of their retirement. And I said to them, like I told them, I said, well, why did you not switch it over to a bond or switch it over to a more a money market type of account on a 401k? Why did you keep it in the S corporation, S corp or common stock? As you get closer to retirement, you don't keep your stuff in no stock market based thing. At that point, you keep it into a safer securities. I'd rather keep I broke mine up. Because I have years behind me. If the market was to go a little dip, my thing may dip a little bit, but I know that it will go back up. But if I was getting closer to retirement, and like I said, and when I get about 60 something, that's why I'm gonna do an online session when I'm on my website, and I'm gonna open up an account, and I'm gonna do a live stream when I get to my laptop, and I'm gonna start talk about some different investment links, or not links, apps that one could join as an independent contractor to grow your money. I'm not a genius when it comes to talking about real estate and flipping houses and all that. I mean, I read about it, but I'm not comfortable doing that. I don't want to flip houses and buy houses and fix them up and and do all that. That takes a lot. That takes hard money and soft money and getting money to people to invest in, loaning you large sums of money and all that. That takes a lot, and I don't believe in going to the little conferences. Oh, I heard of Stash. That's the one I was talking about doing. I'm gonna do a demonstration with Stash. Stash is good. Stash is excellent. You could do Stash and do $5 a day or something like that, and you could buy different shares. They're good. I would do Stash. That's one of them I'm thinking of. That's one of them I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Stash, and I'm gonna tell you the ones that I'm gonna buy from, like what stocks I'm gonna buy and which ones I'm gonna put in my portfolio. I remember years ago I had stocks from Walmart. Okay. Yeah, Paula, I'm gonna show you how to do it. Did you already open up your Stash account, or you was gonna wait? Yeah, just open the account. It's Stash. It's pretty good. There's some other ones too. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna do mine tonight. I hope I get home enough time and rest and I don't feel so tired and drawn out. I'm gonna do mine. If I don't do it tomorrow, I'm doing it Friday, because Friday I work in Lawrenceville and I work like 2 to 10, but Friday I'm supposed to go down to that Uber office in Atlanta and see if they'll reactivate my account to do Uber Eats again. The only reason why I'm gonna do Uber Eats again is so I can make that little bit of money and put it in my investment account. That's the only reason why I'm gonna do Uber Eats. I'm gonna use that little bit of money I make with Uber and just put it in my little investment account. You know, I'll even drive people again if I was driving local. As long as I ain't going to no airport, I'm not going downtown. I'll clean up my car and I'll drive around my neighborhood, set the destination to a certain place. Say I'm not going beyond here. Atlanta. I live in Stone Mountain, actually. Yeah, I live in Atlanta, but I live in Stone Mountain. I live closer to like Snellville, Gwinnett area. I live closer to like 78. If you ever been to Atlanta, I live over there. But shoot, I'm so afraid that if I turn on my app to do driving for Uber Eats, they may turn me off from that too. You know, what was my rating for that driving? Yeah, I'm still in pretty good standing with Uber driving people. But I don't want to drive people no more. You know, I really don't. Unless somebody told me that they was going to the park, Stone Mountain Park, and going back home, and I'm picking up somebody going to work at the fast food place, and it's like $5-6 ride. I don't care. I'll do that. But I'm not going to no Virginia Highlands, Midtown. Oh yes, traffic is hell. Especially coming out that damn Marietta. All traffic is hell from everywhere you go. 85, 75, 85. I'm like, ugh. I lived in Marietta for like 7 years off of Franklin Road. That area changed a lot. I first moved there, I was like, God damn, they got a whole bunch of Mexicans up and down the road, and the apartments complex started looking all raggedy and stuff. Now, I heard when I moved that same street I moved back to, they've got a dang, the Atlanta Pro soccer team has a practice facility on that road. They tore up Marietta. They got that new SunTrust Stadium baseball field in Marietta. Marietta, oof, let me tell you. I couldn't stand going to Marietta. I used to have a guy, he lived in Kennesaw, and he used to work out there on my side of town, and he ain't had no car, he had a boot on his foot. Let me tell you what I did. It was last year's summer. I would, he left work at 4 o'clock to go to Kennesaw. I would go to his job, and I said, okay, when I get to your job, turn on your app, and I'll pick you up. And I used to pick him to and from work. Every day, all day long. But let me tell you about the guy I picked up, this African guy. So I go to his job in Tucker, where it's closer to where I live, and drop him home all the way to Kennesaw. He would have passed Kennesaw, put it that way. And I would get paid for that one trip, $40 every day. And I would pick him up. I did that for about 2 weeks. Then if he had to go to the doctor while he was at work, I said, okay, I'll be there. I'll take you to the doctor, wait, take him back to his job. Boy, that was some easy money that I made when I was doing Uber. And I was so silly because I had a list of clients that I would take them. That's all they did. They didn't have no car. And they was like, and I was like their personal driver. All I had to do was be at their job at 5 o'clock, pick them up, take them back home to Marietta. And then when I was in Marietta, I would do Uber Eats. I said, okay, I need to make my money back. So let me go ahead and do Uber Eats in the area and see who's going back towards in town to where I lived or going towards that direction. I had it made. I had my planned. I liked when I did that. But see, my car got too many miles. The valance on the back of the car is torn off. The car got all kind of scratches on it. I was like, dang, I can't drive that Uber looking all crazy like that. I mean, I could probably, fix it, but that's just, I don't know. Driving people's too much. And besides, everybody started doing Uber and Lyft and stuff like that. It just, the pay wasn't that great. You was driving for free. Practically. Every other day I was buying gas. Every other day I said, that was too much. If you buying gas every other day, and it's like, and gas used to be real high last summer. I was paying almost $50 in gas. I was like, well, goddamn. I was paying like $150 a week in gas. Because let me tell you, when you driving Uber and you driving people and you getting people picking up, going here, going there, yes, you on your third engine light. Woo. Well, did you go and check that engine light out? Because sometimes it's the gas cap. Sometimes it'll be something just as simple as the gas cap, or it could be the catalytic converter that could go out. It's either be one of those things. If you didn't get the catalytic converter changed or done, it may be that. Hopefully it's that, because that's not as bad. What time is it? It's 3:30. Whew. I don't think Instacart gonna send me no other order. I'm gonna get me something from Chick-fil-A. I know I told y'all I wasn't gonna eat Chick-fil-A, but god dang it, I gotta eat me some lunch. Let me put my phone over here. I don't know how to take my table. I'll be back in a minute. Let me get my lunch. I'm gonna collect some money. I'll be back. I'll be back. And now I've been here every day waiting for orders to come through, and they need a fly trap or something. Follow me around all day.
Okay, half only 5 minutes.
Paula, why you had what was the other reasons for the engine light was coming on? What the reason did they tell you? Poor connection again. Oh, okay, I appreciate that. Maybe I need to do some volunteering work for some organizations.
There you go.
What's the sample tea thing? I want to sample that.
Sample tea for the
That
water
lemonade, that
for the watermelon.
lemonade.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, see what
we
that-
actually took that inside. I don't think we have another one, and I don't think we have the little like cups for them.
Oh, all right.
I'm sorry about that, ma'am.
That's all right. They got some watermelon lemonade thing that y'all said. Let me sample that first before I buy it. I said, how they gonna promote something? They need a sample. Because that don't even look right. Watermelon lemonade. It just look like water. I think the Chick-fil-A wafer fries taste way better than McDonald's fries. And nobody could beat the chicken sandwich.
Here we go.
Alright, thank you.
My pleasure.
And then the other guy told me they ain't had none. Ooh. That little watermelon lemonade from Chick-fil-A do not taste that good. They need to stick with chicken sandwich. It tastes so bitter. I don't know. They put too much sugar in it or something, but it don't taste that great to me. They need to take that back. They don't need to make no more of that. Another thing I don't too much care for at Chick-fil-A is that milkshake. It's not like a milkshake. It's not made in milk. It's a cream. It's like a cream-based thing. It tastes like a powder. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like they mix water and powder or something. I don't know what it is, but the only place I remember that makes the best milkshake is this place in South Carolina, in Columbia. Oh man, what was the name of it? It just slipped my mind that quick. Rush's. R-U-S-H. Rush's. Oh my God. Rush's had the best milkshake cheeseburger ever. I used to work at that Rush's too. When I lived in Cumberland, South Carolina, I was living with my aunt. Before I went on campus at South Carolina, that Rush's hamburger and milkshake was the best. Now, why y'all keep saying, how would you like to end your current shift early without penalty? You know what? Let me end my little shift early at 20 minutes. It's so dumb. I'm gonna end it early at 20 minutes. I ain't gonna miss 20 minutes. Alright, I'm back, y'all. I ended my shift early, but the shift was ending in 20 minutes. So I said, you know what, y'all keep that little 20 minutes, because if I took 20-minute lunch, it would have came right up into my time to go home or end my shift at 4 o'clock. So that little 20 minutes wouldn't have made a big difference. But I was not about to leave early 2 hours from my shift over or an hour. I'll give y'all keep your little 20 minutes. Because it all balances out. Because during the week or sometime this week, they're going to go over my shift. My shift is going to be over at 10 o'clock. Or no, my shift is going to be over at 9 o'clock. And somehow or another, they're going to have me over by 20 minutes. And so I'll make it up. I'll get my 20 minutes back later on in the week. But you're not about to have me out here from 10 a.m. to 4 o'clock asking me, do you want to leave early? And then I resume my shift again at 5 o'clock from 5 to 10. That don't make no sense. But tell me, how has it been going in the other areas y'all live? Do y'all find it still be slow as well? You know? Because when I started doing, my first day of doing Uber was July 25th. And then I started doing those other gigs later on in the year. So I never worked in the summer, or at least the beginning of the summer. So I don't know what the climate was. You know, is it just slow in the summertime, or? I mean, I know it'd be slow because with grocery shopping, you know, a lot of people are, you know, taking their kids to the summer camps, you know, a lot of these summer camps at these churches. And, you know, a lot of people may not eat as much in the summer. You know, they tend to eat fruits, so they don't need a whole lot of groceries. And I don't think people do a lot of barbecuing and buying stuff like that like they used to. I guess it depends on where you at. You know. So I just think that it's not as busy. I went on the Facebook group with Ship, and I was reading some of the comments with Ship, and they were complaining too. They were complaining how slow it was and how people weren't getting as many orders. This is in Atlanta, and they weren't as busy, and they were getting the same complaints too, with customers not being home, leaving groceries at the step, giving them bad ratings. And let me tell you, with Ship, they really are notorious for deactivating you if you don't get a certain score or your acceptance rate is too low. They'll deactivate you. And what's messed up about Ship is that with Ship, if you waiting around, you don't get no guarantee. They're not gonna give you no money. If you signed up to do Ship, let's say I'm gonna do Ship in this area, and so on and coming, and you was sitting around Swanee coming and you doing shit for 5 hours and you signed up for 5 hours, you don't get no money. You ain't getting paid not one nickel. Now if you manage to get a metro order, meaning that the order, you accepted the order, somebody ordered it and they said please deliver it between they always do it during fucking rush hour, 4 or 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock. They need their grocery delivered at 5 o'clock, between 5 and 6. You in the middle of rush hour, wherever you at, whatever part of the city you are in Atlanta, you go to the grocery store and you do that grocery shop. You can't drop it off early. But it must be dropped off by 5 o'clock, between 5 and 6. But if you get there and say, ooh, drop it off at the top of the hour at 5 o'clock, Instacart that ship will tell you you must begin your grocery shop at such and such a time. So that means you gotta drive all the way from wherever you at and be at that supermarket and do that grocery shop. But you can't be okay. It always seems to work out pretty good on the weekends, you know. That evening time tends to be pretty good. But when you have a lot of people doing it, it's not as great. But Grubhub changed their day schedule. You know, you have to do blocks and time and everything. I don't know. I know in Atlanta, it's kind of notorious to get these hours and stuff because there's so many people doing it. So many people are doing it, it's kind of hard. That's why so many people do so multiple apps. So many people do so multiple apps, but when you do multiple apps, you know, you're really not making a lot of money. You can't. It's impossible. Because like I said, you know, Grubhub may get a little bit busy one moment and then they may not. How old is your son? He need to he need to be taking 32. What? Paula, how old are you? I thought you was like 40 something. You look young. Your son is 32. Well, what about the baby mama? What's she doing? You know, he need to be doing maybe he need to be taking them along to the stores and grocery stores and doing these pickups. Well, you know what? You need to put a note on your door. I'm not home. I'm out making money. Cause see, you ain't be no babysitter. That's the thing. See, kids. See, I don't have any children, you know, unfortunately. But a lot of people be taking advantage of their parent. Paul, how old are you? 40 something? Cause you look young to have a 32-year-old son. 50 something. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, one day I'm gonna come and meet you in Florida. I want to go to Florida. I want to go out there to the beach or something. I would love to do a meetup group one day with people. Everybody will come to visit Atlanta one day, you know. Clean up my house and straighten it up, look presentable. Have me a little summer cookout or something. I would love to meet some people. That's why I cannot deal with folks. Exactly. Food don't talk back in the car, trust me. All you gotta do is pick up the food and drop it off. Oh, it's 3:50. I'm gonna sit here for a few more minutes. I'm trying to think which LA Fitness I want to go to. See, the other LA Fitness is not even in my zone. If I go to Duluth, down the street, that's out of my zone. But if I go to this other one in Buford, it's in my zone. But I don't know what time. You've been single for over 6 years? Don't worry, I've been single all my life, I guess. You know, I've always been a loner in a sense. You know, I mean, I like meeting people, but I've had a hard time meeting people in Atlanta. It's like every time you befriend people here in Atlanta, they always trying to be trifling about stuff, you know. They want to take advantage of your kindness, and you know, they're like, well, Teresa, I need help. You know, shit, I need help too. And I be, you know, I'm not gonna go to nobody and help them. Shoot. I've been helping people and stuff, and you know, and then they take advantage. And then they talk behind you about your back. Y'all house ain't shit anyway. You know, yeah, but when your ass was staying there, you ain't had no shit, no place to go. You know? Be amazing how people be acting, cut up a fool. I'll never do that again. You know? I'll never do that again. I guess people be thinking, oh, you know, oh, she must be lonely, oh, blah, you know, I ain't that lonely. Trust me. I have no problems. And that's one thing that's one thing about doing these gig economy jobs. I think that's one thing I kind of miss. You know, you kind of miss the camaraderie and, you know, things like that. But I guess when I really think about it, I really wasn't, you know, a person to be going out to, you know, not even clubs or nothing like that. I'm too old to be doing all that crap. Like, you know, just enjoying things, you know, like going to Atlanta, and I used to go to the park, Piedmont Park, just walk around, you know, going to little, to the parks and stuff, and I'll be doing it by myself most of the time, you know. But when you have people around you, you know, people always be like, it's hot, I can't stand the bugs, I can't do this, ooh, I can't walk, oh, my feet hurt, you know, like, oh, Lord, you know, sometimes it's best to do stuff by yourself sometimes, you know. I haven't gone on a cruise or gone on like a real vacation for so long because I've been so focused on wanting to go with people, and, oh, I want to go with someone, I can't go by myself, man, bump that, I need to get out of that habit, you know. If I want to go to Paris, if I want to go somewhere, just pack up my bag and go, and I can meet people when I get there. You know, I have no problems meeting strangers. I'll meet people, chit chat and whatever, and bring my butt right on back home. You know. Sometimes I used to feel so bad by not having children and never been married and having kids. And you know, And then when I have younger cousins, you know, they say about, oh, so-and-so's engaged, so-and-so is married, oh, they got a child, and, you know, and I'd be so, I won't say envious, but I used to be like, well, dang, how come I didn't have that, you know? How come I couldn't have that? And I used to feel so empty about not having a legacy, you know? And then people telling me, Teresa, you should adopt. You got a house, you got all that space in your home, you could adopt. It's a kid that's always in need of love. And I'm not saying I object from adopting. And I said I don't want to do it. But it's just like, you know, it's like the minute, sad to say, not married, but I could have done without kids. Really? You really think so, Paula? You know, I was pregnant before. Now, don't get me, but that was years ago. But that was a bad situation I was in. I don't even want to get into it. And I was living in my own New York. That's why what I'm going through now, in terms of doing these gig jobs and everything. I remember when I lived in New York on my own, and my mother was like, you gotta get out of my house. I was 19, and I was living on my own, and it was a mess. Not a mess in terms of what I did, but, you know, living on my own in New York, and I was living with, you know, so-called people who I thought was a boyfriend. Well, I wouldn't say it was boyfriend. It really wasn't. But I went through a lot, and I remember I got pregnant, and I went through hell and back with dealing with that situation with this person. And to make a long story short, I didn't end up having any children. No, don't blame yourself. No, I don't know. Why would you think you blame yourself?
No, it's when you're gone.
I don't think so. I just think that sometimes God puts us through situations, and He knows how much we could handle. And sometimes He may seem like a hard thing, but, you know, we all come out of it. And I had to realize I came out of that. Just like I'm coming out of this situation now. You know, I lost my job at the IRS after 10.5 years, but I was miserable, and then I had beat myself up. I should have listened to my parents being hard-headed. Yeah, that's true. But you know what, though? Who's to say that? Who's to say what would happen, you know? Hey, look who's on my channel. Uber Lyft Shelly Shell. I haven't seen your videos in months. How are you doing? Yep, I work for the IRS. That was hell working for them. Ooh, it was hell. It's good to see you. I'm surprised you're on my channel. Yeah, I worked for the IRS for 10.5 years. Actually, what brought me to Atlanta was the IRS. I worked there, started there in '96 at one time. It was a seasonal position. Then when the season was up, or I found something else, then I worked in '97, left again, and then I came back in 2006. And I was a term employee, and then then I came on to be permanent, like the last 6 years or something like that. So, ooh, that was hell. Let me tell you, that was something else. Why surprised I'm a subby? I don't know who my subscribers were. I thought y'all abandoned me. I was like, I didn't know who was my subscribers, to be honest. Only people I know, I don't even know who my subscribers are. I just know people come on, comment. I look at their videos, I comment. Okay. I don't know what I did. I'm gonna have to go back and see if I'm still subscribed to your channel. But I know I had so many subscriptions. I think I had to clean out my folder or something one time because I had so many. But I still watch y'all. I followed all of y'all. I trust me.
Every time I look to the has a new song. At first I always saw Dream Like and I saw this.
Ooh, I got 200. Yeah, I sure did. I remember when I had none. I remember I had 0 subscribers. 0. None. So for me to have 213, I say yay. That's an accomplishment for me. But you know what? I ain't had no content about nothing. Everybody just subscribed to my channel because I kept it so real. And then I had even had yeah, thank you. Thank you. I know what I said congratulations to because, you know, I had to answer a phone call. Let me see what you said. Yeah, it took me, I built up my little subscription now. When I get to, say, 1,000, ooh, I'm going to be, if I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be like, yay. Yeah, I finally got my roof fixed, and when I get home tonight, they better have picked up that roof debris off that ground and around my house. I mean, it wasn't like disastrous, but come on. You just gonna leave my flower bed and leave my side of my house with all that roof debris on the ground and just drive off like it ain't nothing? I'm like, They coming right back over there and picking up that debris. So they said they was gonna do it this morning. So when I get home tonight, that debris better not be on that ground. I mean, come on. They ain't had no problems asking for that check. So they better clean it. If they ain't clean when I get home, they ain't getting that check until they come over here and clean it. Nope, they ain't getting not one nickel out of me. Alright, it's 4 o'clock. Let me see. Dang, should I go to the gym and work out? Or sit here for an hour and just chat with y'all? Cause I don't know what it's gonna be like. Ooh, but Shelly Shaw, what's been going on with out there in Baltimore? And I know you're happy about those tips with Uber. That should be that's gonna be interesting. I really would like to see somebody make a tip on the app with Uber and make a video when they first get their first tip on the Uber app. I know one thing, not much. I mean, it's not busy or not much in general. Well, it's not anywhere yet. The Uber tips is supposed to be effective, I heard, at the end of July for everybody. Oh, in general. Okay. Yeah. There ain't much going on with me either. I'm doing Instacart, and pretty much that's the only app I'm doing right now. Yeah. Yeah, because you know I have never liked driving for Uber for people. And as for Uber Eats, they kicked me off the platform about 3 weeks ago after I wasn't doing Uber for 7 months. Yeah, it was 3 cities at first. It was Seattle, somewhere in, I can't remember what the other 2 cities were. It didn't make no difference because I didn't pay attention. It wasn't Atlanta, so yeah, it was 3 initial cities at first. But I wonder why nobody in any of those cities, nobody made a video about the tip, not getting an Uber tip yet on the app. I don't think there would be a whole lot of tips on that app. Oh, Houston, yeah. I don't think people gonna get a lot of tips on that Uber app for real. I don't care if they can't tip on the app for when you doing groceries and they spending way amount of money in groceries and they don't tip. And I know when I was doing Grubhub and all the rest of them, I mean I got some good tips, but I had you've seen the tip before you pick it up. So if those people didn't tip with Grubhub, you ain't getting your food, and nobody's not gonna pick it up either. So in a way, they force people to tip with Grubhub. Lyft canceled trip. Lyft, I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean they Lyft? I don't understand what you're saying. I know Lyft has tips. Yeah, like I said, I'm telling you, it is so much easier to get the food, but if you're not tipping, sorry, you ain't getting your food. People are not gonna pick an order and they see an order with Grubhub. Yeah, they probably tip with you, but I think in a general sense, it depends. I think, yeah, Lyft tips because they built it in the beginning to tip. You know, they built it in the tip, but Uber never done it. So certainly for people on Uber who takes Uber to certainly tip, and they not used to tipping before, and they can get out the car, they gonna get out that car and they ain't gonna tip. I'm telling you, they gonna be very far in between. It'll be far in between, I'm telling you. I don't think so. I don't think people are gonna tip as much with Uber, especially if they do Uber Pool. They do Uber Pool because they cheat, and you know they ain't gonna tip. And how much tips can you think they're gonna get? I mean, if somebody's going so far and they see that fare, they gonna be like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I'll see. Time will tell. Yes, time will tell for sure. But when I was doing that Uber Eats, that short period of time, I was getting tips. Some customers left me a 20-cent tip about 2 weeks ago on Grubhub. Yeah, some person left a penny tip on my Grubhub thing. Remember that video I made when I had the penny tip? Go back. I have a video I made about that 1 cent tip with Grubhub. And I had to curse those people out. I cursed those people out. I accepted the fare and I looked at the thing. I said, hell no. And the girl was up there at the one of those major hotel events, and she wanted me to deliver her breakfast. And I called before I got to the restaurant. I said, before I pick up this food, I said, ma'am, I want to confirm the drop off for the food. Well, I see you at the window. It's a big crowd, and right up there, yes, 20 cents. It must be crazy. People do some crazy stuff. And then I called, and I didn't go to the restaurant and picked up that breakfast food either. Sure didn't. Interesting ain't the word. I got some other choice words. Interesting is not one of them. Chicken wings. Unless that was a slip of the finger and someone meant to put $2. That's the only reason or excuse I could see it. Because if they come in here and leave some 20 cents, save money for more chicken. Yep. They saving more money for chicken, alright. Shoot. It must be crazy. I was like, ugh, 20 cents, 10 cents. See, that's why they be kicking me off these different platforms, because see, I don't be taking a lot of that BS. I got kicked off of Postmates, I got kicked off of DoorDash. They deactivated me from doing Uber Eats again, but I'm gonna find out Friday if they'll let me come back. And Grubhub, I was making too much money with them. I had all the hours with Grubhub. And this is before they changed their schedule. See, when they change their schedule, they only give out 2-3 hour blocks at a time. What? Ain't nobody going no raggedy ass extended stay hotel. Yeah, you saw the videos? Sure did. I can't stand going to, I used to go to a lot of extended stay hotels. And they be raggedy, especially in Atlanta. They be those raggedy looking extended stay hotels. And people be living there forever. I delivered 2 Grubhub orders from a diner. And I thought it was, I thought somebody made a double order, but it was 2 separate rooms. Now all these people making noise. Really? Y'all sitting up on each other. Y'all yelling at each other. Y'all sitting at the table. Why you do that? So anyway, as I was saying, lost my train of thought. So I went to pick up at the some diner in Gwinnett County. It was like 11 o'clock at night. And I picked up the 2 orders. Both of the people said cash tip, right? And I'm thinking that it was incorrect. It was 2 separate orders, but it was at the same extended stay hotel. Exactly. And so when I got there, I called, and then it was like, okay. Then I realized it was 2 separate. It was 2 rooms. I didn't know it was a hotel, extended stay hotel. It was a raggedy one at that. It used to be a Motel 6 or one of those type, but then someone bought it out, and then it was like a whole bunch of hotel rooms that people sold out, and they lived there. So I get there to the hotel. I get there, and then I said I have 2 deliveries. Man, that place was so damn dirty in the lobby. Just walk into the lobby, and they had like a little glass door. And I was like, what the hell is this? So I went up to the elevator. The elevator was raggedy. Looked like it was not going to work. So I went to one room, gave the lady her food. Some black woman, she answered the door, and I asked for the tip. I always tip. No, this was before we had the conversation. This is before I got there. I inquired to her about, okay, I don't carry, I said, do I need to bring change with me to make change to get my cash tip when I get there? See, that way you're not asking for the tip up front, but what you're saying is, do I need to bring change for the tip when I get there? So that way, you're not leaving them no question, open-ended question. They're going to say, ooh, she's going to come with the cash, and you're going to get change. So you're going to give me a tip, so you better have the tip ready when I get to the door. So the lady was like, I always tip. I don't just order food, and I don't tip nobody. I'm making sure, so you put cash tip, you know. So I get there, deliver her food. And then I turned around, I felt kind of bad, because she was really nice. In a nice sort of way. And so obviously, she lived there. Then the other person lived down the hall, and I went to the young girl, delivered her food. I said, excuse me, you indicated cash tip on the app. Where's the tip? Well, I ain't got no change. I said, well, I got change. I ain't got no money. I said, well, bitch, then why'd you say that in the first place? You know, don't tell people don't give a cash tip. And then when I ask for it, you look at shocked and surprised. So that was my little experience with people with these little cash tip things with Grubhub. I sure did. Those videos were classic. Because I was always there complaining about the tips. I would drive to the person, and I would be telling my commentary, and I would be telling people, let me tell you, now tell me if I'm wrong. I had to go to the Cab Medical Center at the hospital. The girl ordered some greasy bag of something. I went to she was in the hospital. Now, she wasn't in no intensive care. She wasn't nobody just sick.
Oh, yeah.
And I get there to, first of all, they had no parking. You know, in most hospitals in Atlanta, you have to pay for parking at the hospital. At these little Somalian people who be running these parking lots. You got to pay valet parking, or you pay with a ticket. So I parked in front of the hospital, and I said I better hurry. And it was a Saturday, so it wasn't busy. So I ran upstairs, ran down the hall, run upstairs, run across this corridor, and then I got to the girl, and she was in the hospital bed, and I said, here you go. I said, you indicate my tip on the app that you gonna leave a cash tip. I ain't got no money. I said, well, whatever you got, that would do. I appreciate it. I let her dig right in her dang pocketbook and let her find some $2 or $3, give me as a tip. I said, thank you very much. I had to go through all that, and I sure did. People be laughing at me thinking, girl, you so crazy. You didn't ask for a tip. Man, please. Closed mouth don't get fed. You know, I don't know. I wasn't playing with these people. I was not playing with them. You know, all that huffing and walking and driving and running across the street. And I was in downtown Atlanta, double park, trying to run downstairs, and, you know, and y'all playing that little games with the tip. No tip. Then one of these little fatty ass feminine guys, he trying to be smart ass to me one time. I walk up to here, gave him his bag. I said, excuse me, here's the tip on my app that you indicated. I ain't got no tip. And then there was another one, ghetto, straight up ghetto neighborhood. You see you outside, they didn't even open the door. You screaming out the window. I'm like, ma'am, I don't go upstairs. So you know, send somebody down here to get this bag. I'm not going up there. Deliver no dark. Have my car all parked, double parked somewhere. You know, I always get the most trouble from Ghetto 5 folks, and they be wanting the most. They be doing the most, even with this grocery shopping. I'm shopping, here they come texting. Every time you turn around, you order steak. I scan the item, and then they see the price. Oh, I want a refund on that. Well, how, goddamn it, how much you think steak costs? New York strip, you know? And they see that thing is $40, $50, and they be, you know, I want a big, thick T-bone. I need to be thick. And then when I sit there and scan that price, and they see it, I got a call later of, all right, y'all, bye, Shelly Shell. You know, people be shocked, sticker shock. Then go to Whole Food. And I always tell when they're black. Because see, white folks don't be ordering stuff like smoked chicken wings and it's just certain things. Bye. See you later, Shelly Shell. I mean, people be tripping. They ain't never shop at Whole Food, and then the first time they shop at Whole Food, and they be wanting steaks. And I be scanning them, and they look at that price, and they all shocked and surprised. Don't be ordering stuff that you know, how much you think meat's gonna cost? They think they ordering pork chop, you know, and then I scan it, pork chop, $12, 4 pieces. And that's not really bad for pork chop. But it'd be the thin pork chop. They said, thin cut, $12 at Whole Food, $16 or whatever, depending on how big it is. And then they shocked and surprised. They be killing me. They kill me. I got bad connection again. See, that hour be going by quick. It's already 4:19, and at 4:30 I'm gonna get another. Your shift starts in 30 minutes, and then if they have an order for me, they'll tell me where to go. I'm gonna sit right here at this thing. I'm gonna sit right here until I get an order. But I don't know. Wednesday, I don't think it's a busy day. I don't know. I might get an order today, but it's Wednesday. Let me see. Do people still have midweek service on Wednesday night, Bible study on Wednesday nights in the summer? Usually some churches, summertime, they take a break. So if they at church, then I don't know. It may not be busy. No, that's not true. So they still want to pick up their groceries, leave it on the step until they get home at 9, 10 o'clock at night, and then they complain saying that their food was spoiled. No, they're going to say it was damaged. So I don't know how it's going to be today. Who knows? Okay, who's the 3 people that's online? You have to identify yourselves. See who I'm chatting with. This little lemonade thing. Ooh, it's too sweet. Tastes like medicine. Oh, I gotta wash this down with some tea. It'll make my stomach hurt drinking that watermelon lemonade and then drinking this regular tea. Put that right there. All right, y'all. I've decided. July 1st, I'm not eating Chick-fil-A no more. I'm not eating no fast food. I'm not eating no more. I can't say public sandwiches. I gotta eat the public sandwiches. But I'm going back to my juicing. That's what I'm gonna do. That customer earlier today, I'm gonna go back to my juicing. I'm gonna start taking out my blender and taking out my juice machine and start doing that again. I'm gonna devote my channel to doing well, one of my segments I'm gonna do a weight loss journey. Yeah, that's true. But you know what though? I have to really say collectively that the majority of the customers are pretty good, but it's those ones that get on your nerve is the ones that sticks with you. So I have to kind of outweigh those. You know, I have to outweigh the good customers and think about the, the good ones. You know, the ones who's like already got the tip ready in their hand. You know, you ain't gotta come up with no little spill about service fee and this and that and saving money, because if those people live the way they live, shoot, saving money is not one of their main objectives. Being cheap with groceries is not their main thing. When you live in a country club, you know, money is that thing with grocery delivery and their fees and stuff. Shoot, that ain't nothing. You know, people do not be concerned about, service fees. Sometimes you have to know who you speaking to about saving money, because sometimes money ain't nothing. They like groceries. Oh, okay, well, that service fee I read it. They trust me. It don't be bothering them to save no money. You ain't talk about, oh, you can save 10%. They like, that ain't nothing. The people be getting millions and millions of dollars to be living around here in some of these communities. Saving money on a grocery and saving money on delivery fee, it don't mean nothing to them. It don't mean nothing to them. Maybe that's why there's some of these people who got so much money, they cheap as hell. I find that I get more tips from more working class people than some of these people who live in these mansions or be living in these little gated communities. So they act a little bit privileged. I think people who got money and they could afford to have their grocery delivered to, and they call Uber to take them to work while their little Range Rover and expensive cars is parked in the garage, keeping their cars in mint condition, and they, that ain't nothing for them to do that. So I think when it comes to tipping, they ain't gonna tip. Those rich people, they are not the ones that's gonna tip you, because they already feel privileged. But I think if you come across maybe middle class people who's working, and the ones who use the service occasionally, those are the ones who's going to give you a tip. Because I think they really value work, you know. They know when you're doing these grocery deliveries. Because some people ask me, they said, do you do this full time? And they don't ask me, do you make a lot of money? Because they already know that you don't. And they understand. They said, I know, you know, they know people working to do these jobs and they make their money with tips. You know, they appreciate you more. And some of them be apologetic, you know. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry if I can't give you any more. And they're giving you $7, $8, $9, and they order not even big. They got a little bag of groceries and they'll give you $8, $9. And they're apologizing because they gave you only $8, $9. You know, I said, no problem. I appreciate whatever they give me because, trust me, I feel that giving $5 for a small bag of groceries and you're not even going that far, I think that's fair. If you're getting $5, $10 and you spending say like $30, because let me tell you with Instacart, if I get a medium-sized order, right, let's say it's 5 items, I'm already getting $15 just for the delivery fee and $4 per item, 40 cents. So if I'm already getting $15, $16 and the delivery fee is $10, and you're not having bags and bags and cases of water, and you dropping it off to somebody, and they live moderate income wise, like this one lady, this older lady, she lives in a trailer with a bunch of other trailers on this big lot, and they building these $500,000 homes in her backyard, and it's just a matter of time before she gets displaced and have to move somewhere else when they ready to sell that land. And she's apologetic to me, apologizing, saying about her small house, I'm sorry, and she has an oxygen tank on and she can't move around, and you know, telling me her husband died, and you give me $16 on the app. She went on her computer, her old desktop computer, and gave me, I'd rather give y'all the money than giving the Instacart, and gave me a $16 something tip. And all she had was a case of water, bags of groceries, and it wasn't like it wasn't even like a whole lot. It wasn't like bags, and even if it was bags and bags and bags, she was so appreciative. Yes, she was so appreciative that somebody already explained to her about the service fee, and she said she pays Instacart $150 a year for a membership because she couldn't drive. She couldn't drive. She had a small little house. Husband died, and I could tell that she probably only got Social Security and probably got a pension from her husband's job or something. And the way she lived, and she lived modest. And she's apologizing to me about her small house. I said, ma'am, don't apologize. You don't have to apologize to me. Like I said, I invited because it's a small house, it's easy to clean, and I was so appreciative to her. If she told me to lift and put that water from one end of the room to the next, I wouldn't even mind. I wouldn't even mind doing it. If I had to lift 10 cases of water and bring it to her house, I wouldn't even complain one bit. Because I went to the front of the house, to the front of the door. When she didn't open the back door, I said, let me go in the front of the house. So maybe I had to go in the front. I went to the front. And she was thanking me from the beginning to the middle to the end. And she gave me way more money in a tip than need be. She gave me 20% of her grocery bill. And that was on top of the fees that Instacart probably charged her. And she was so nice. And I have quite a few customers who are like that. And I have to remember those same customers, those very same ones who see you, they appreciate, they say, oh, Teresa, you know, they already know your name, you know, and, you know, and you tell them, I'm sorry, but they didn't have this certain thing, or if you substitute something, I said, well, I substituted for this, and they look, oh, that's great, you know. I like that. Let me try that. Yes, they make up for those idiots. Exactly. They make up for the idiots, and that's why I stay in this area, because I know that I'm gonna get the same people, and I'm gonna miss serving those people once I go back to work and work during the daytime. I really will miss them. But I had customers in Lawrenceville I used to service until somebody keeps snatching out that zones and they serving those customers, and I had a core group of customers too. Now I do work Lawrenceville tomorrow, but it's going to be late in the afternoon, and I work Lawrenceville again. Well, I'll be working Lawrenceville on Friday, so I hope I get to see some of the same people I used to deliver for earlier when I first do Instacart. But they were so nice. One lady, she said, "Hey, it's my Teresa here," and she used to give me $10 tips. Then she ended up giving me $20 tips, and she ain't be having nothing in the bag. I mean, she has groceries, but she has like small little items. 10, 15 items. One time I felt so bad, I had squished the bread. I said, "Oh my God, man, I'm so sorry I squished the bread." She said, "Oh no, that's great. It makes great cheese. It makes great grilled cheese sandwiches." I like it when it gets squished. She did not trip or nothing. I was even offered to go back to the store and buy her a brand new bread. I would have done that for her. Miss Maggie, I miss them. I hope I get my zone back again. I want to work. I don't mind working Lawrenceville, and I don't mind working Swanee and Cumming area. But all these other asshole customers, I just have, that's what I have to do. I have to start zoning those people out and say, you know what? Psh, I still got my little $15, $20 service fee. If you don't tip on that, fine. No big deal. That's less taxes you got to worry about paying. Because let me tell you, the more they tip on that app, the more taxes you got to figure out and pay. So that's how I look at it. It's good to get tips because, you say, man, I need to make more money. But you have to think, the more tips you get, the more taxes you got to pay. Matter of fact, the way I determined it, all those tips that I've been making, that's about the amount of tax that I need to be paying. And here it is. It's almost half of the year. This is half the year. July. If you ain't pay at least $6,000 by now, no, I ain't gonna say 6,000. Let's say you make $40,000 a year in 1099 income, or $45,000 a year, and you was doing Grubhub, Lyft, Uber, and you was making some money. If you making $40,000 by the end of the year, and you gonna make 40, and you make 45, and you ain't paying out one single dime in a tax, you're gonna owe, and ain't gonna be no couple of $1,000s. If your income, now I'm gonna repeat this for all those who see this video later on, but my videos been so long, I don't think anybody be looking at them that long. But I'm gonna make me another video about taxes. I'm gonna be real nice and short, and I'm gonna tell people about this because I'm gonna start calculating how much money I've made so far in this 6 months, and I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna do a live stream, and I'm gonna pull up my statement thing online, and I'm gonna show you the screen, and I'm gonna add it all up, and then I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what you should be paying by now in estimated tax. But I'm gonna give this rough example right now. So if you made $12,000 so far doing all the 1099 gigs, you should already be paying about $6,000 worth of taxes. Yes. And then then you work your way backwards. Then you factor in what's the deductible, your standard deduction. Yeah, there is a QuickBooks for self-employed. QuickBooks, see, there's a lot of programs. They'll help you and tell you what to do. QuickBooks is one, but I don't have, I ain't got QuickBook money, and I haven't looked into QuickBooks yet. But QuickBooks is a good why this white guy walking in here looking like a, let me show y'all real quick.
Why would you take your car? You can hold on to the top of the roll bar of my car.
Oh man, I don't know if y'all seen that. This white guy, he work at Chick-fil-A. He come walking here looking like one of those, what you call those people that was cutting off people's heads? Those extreme Muslim group, the Taliban. He walking in here with his shirt wrapped around like he's one of those Taliban members, and walking in there like that. I know he probably think that was a joke, but I'm not saying he walked in here to say that, but he was putting his t-shirt wrapped around his head like that. Man, see, and then there was a black guy that walked up in here with that on, looking like that, and he was somewhere they would have been already close to be jumping on his ass. See, white folks don't be knowing what the hell they be doing. They be doing some stupid shit and think it's funny. But anyway, enough of that commentary. But yeah, QuickBooks is good to have. I'm gonna have to look. I don't know how much it costs to do QuickBooks, but I know once I start my online business and do my business, I'm gonna get QuickBooks. But for these little 1099 gig jobs, I'm not gonna invest too much in that something like that with QuickBooks, because to me it looks like so far I'm gonna have to take the mileage as my deduction so far, because I had Stripe and it's free, and I've been keeping track of my miles. Oh, it's $10 a month on the phone. Okay. I never thought about looking into QuickBooks though. I never thought about looking into that. But if you have the, but so far I've been keeping track of my miles, and so far I have about 15. Yeah, it has a mileage feature. Yeah, but see, the thing about it is that you can only take this. You actually take the actual deduction or the mileage. You can't do both unless you have two separate businesses and you file it under your ITIN number. I have an ITIN number, so I'm gonna go down to the state of Georgia and incorporate as an LLC and put all of my and establish a business that way and do that. But for simple jobs like these, you don't really need to do that. But you can only take one or the other. You can either take standard deduction or you can take actual expenses. Not standard deduction. You can either take the mileage or the actual expenses. And that's limited if you do telephone and you know, rent a room in your house with the square footage, and you know, part of your utility bill, part of your telephone bill, your expenses on your car and all that. But you have to see who gives you the most, or gives you the most bang for your buck. But now you can file separate Schedule C's for different businesses. It doesn't all have to be under one. You can have one business and you could take the actual expenses and you say, well, this is for my business, for this business, and then you have another Schedule C for the ride-sharing business, you know, and you could do it like that. You just can't double dip. That's the thing. You can't have a business and double dip and do both. You have to either do one for each entity separate. So far, I've had a lot of mileage deductions, you know. And then, like I said, by me doing Instacart, I'm not driving all the way around the city. I'm not driving all over the world. You know, I'm stay parked somewhere, wait till I get an order, drive to the store, drive to the person's house, and then, you know, go to whomever in between that, and then go home, and that's it. So Man, I can't wait till these people go back to school. Every time I go to Chick-fil-A, they got like the summer camp, the Lutheran church, and all these different churches. They have the summer camps. They all come to Chick-fil-A and bring all the campers to the Chick-fil-A, and they be crowded. Then you got then they got all these kids. They all work for Chick-fil-A. All of them. They seem like they all live in the same neighborhood over here. All that noise you hear, that's them talking. And it's like they got like about, it seems like they got a whole lot of employees here. I was like, God damn. And they all seem like they go to the same school. And all they do is they be chilling. No wonder why they be nice and happy working. You go to McDonald's in the hood. No black folks be complaining and be like, girl, I'm ready to go home. And they be all acting like they been worn out. You know, I've noticed things like that. Let me go to McDonald's on Rockbridge Road up in Stone Mountain, and I go there. Those people be having their shirts all out, looking all greasy with grease shirt. They look like they've been scrubbing floors. They look like they've been scrubbing floors all day at the McDonald's and some of these other fast food restaurants. You go to Chick-fil-A, they be all happy and smiling and laughing and oh, it's going back to school, and you know, they ain't got a worry in the world. They go outside, they do orders with the computer pad for the drive-thru. They got the air conditioner with the fan running, and they be smiling and happy. And then they all come to work with their friends, working with their friends. And see, they about to leave now. See, look, let me show y'all.
She's salty.
I don't know. I can't. I don't know if y'all can see. I have to walk around. I don't want to walk around with the camera and people be seeing you that you're talking. Yeah, they be all happy and jolly. I mean, shoot. I ain't got a care in the world. But let me tell you what I found out about Chick-fil-A is that Chick-fil-A, they give them scholarships and money for school. So when they ready to graduate from high school, they get scholarships. I don't know how much it is, but it's a good sum of money, I heard. And you off on Sundays too. They got a real work-life balance at Chick-fil-A. They don't be working hard. They ain't be struggling. And they get free food. They sit here eating like ain't nothing. All of them work at Chick-fil-A. Each one of them at that table is like 4 of them. They all in their regular street clothes. They done for the day. And some of these people, they look like they 14, 15 years old. They look real young. Whatever the age is to work in Georgia, in Atlanta, they be working at the Chick-fil-A. I'm serious. They got the whole high school crew. Now I want to see what's going to look like when it's time to go back to school. I want to see what's going to happen with that. I'll be curious to see. You know, I had this video running for 65 minutes. Y'all been hanging in there with me. Look at that, they got that one black guy. He's standing outside with the safety jacket and the keypad taking orders, still working. And he got a smile on his face too. See, these kids don't have to work. Some of these people live, they just got something to do during the summer. And then some of them probably be already assistant managers and stuff, you know, getting a little leadership role, you know. See, look what I'm talking about. You driving that Lamborghini right now, see? They driving their parents, you know. They, you know, I need to work and be like, oh, they just need some pocket change to go to wherever. But I'm telling you, they all work. Chick-fil-A, they get that little scholarship money. I'm telling y'all, black kids, y'all need to pay attention. Y'all to be seen running outside, playing basketball in the park. You better be walking out. You better go to that dang Chick-fil-A. And then, you know, McDonald's even offers scholarships and stuff. They got things for McDonald's for their employees, English classes. Because so many Mexicans worked at McDonald's, they offer them English classes. They have scholarships. They got money so people go to school. If you want to take you know, they got a lot of things that they try to offer to get people to work in the fast food industries. Publix, same thing. You know, see, Publix, Chick-fil-A, and I ain't say McDonald's, but in terms of the social responsibilities, in terms of how they treat the employees and what they give, they stepped up. At least McDonald's stepped up. Chick-fil-A has always been like that. As long as I first heard about Chick-fil-A. Yep, that's true. They offer a lot of things at McDonald's for people. Scholarships. I mean, it's a lot. I was even thinking about applying for the McDonald's. I would work at a corporate. If you work at corporate McDonald's and you go into the McDonald's Corporation Academy, those managers make $80,000 plus a year at a corporate office at McDonald's. And you could even become an owner-operator. You know, that's another thing. If you get in there with McDonald's with a corporate office, and you could work into being an owner-operator at McDonald's, because you have to work at McDonald's in a capacity on all levels for you to own a McDonald's franchise. Yep. So sometimes you have to look beyond the box. You know, sometimes people be looking, I don't want to work at McDonald's, I don't work in fast food and get paid $7 an hour, blah, blah, blah. Trust me. Those people working at McDonald's, if they working there, you be like, now I was wondering that the other day. I said, why are all these dang Mexicans working up in dang McDonald's? It's a whole lot of them, but I assure you, they probably working there and they know the demographics is changing. And McDonald's is a worldwide company that if they want to own a McDonald's in their neighborhood, they'll work at McDonald's for so many number of years and buy one and then open one up in the McDonald's, change the menu, and customize it to each custom. You know, see, you have to think beyond the scope. You know. That's why I was trying to see if I could get back on with Uber Eats. Because Uber Eats, people, every time I turn around, they got Uber Eats. They say, we now do deliveries for Uber Eats for McDonald's. I said, who the hell gonna go and get their food delivered at McDonald's? But surely, people do it. I would never think that would happen, but it's happening. It's happening. Trust me, if somebody told me, to own a Chick-fil-A, I'm going to look into that. I'm going to come back to y'all tomorrow when I go online, and I'm going to look into Chick-fil-A and see how much it costs to get a franchise at Chick-fil-A and what is involved to get a Chick-fil-A franchise. But I heard that it's very good. I was reading an article. It was a young black girl. She had out in California somewhere, and it was like one of the small little suburban places in California. She had looked into Chick-fil-A, and she and they make it real easy for you to own a Chick-fil-A. And she had got into the franchise of Chick-fil-A, and she was making a killing. And I think she even went in to try to buy a second Chick-fil-A location in her little small town somewhere. And she was like a real young girl. She was only about in her mid-20s, something like that. And she did that. And and they was talking about how they were saying how Chick-fil-A looks for people to go into partnerships of owning one, and it's not like it's not $1 million either. You ain't gotta, you know. They just had it in a structure in such a way. I don't care if they say, okay, you just give us 30% and you get 70. Shit, I'll deal with that. It's just like doing Uber. You know how we all do all this Uber and Grubhub. See, we 1099, and they give us. No, I'm gonna do Grubhub. And I'm gonna do Uber as an example. You don't own a franchise in the Uber, but you make money and get paid the fees, and then you just give Grubhub 35%. It's the same thing like Chick-fil-A. They take care of the major stuff, operations and things like that, and you're like the one of the owners of the Chick-fil-A, and then you just simply pay them like 20-25% or something like that of the receipts of sales you make, and that's a good trade-off. If they, you know, they taking care of the major infrastructure stuff, and all you doing is running it as a franchise, shoot, I'm gonna look into that for real. I sure am, because let me tell you, I think Chick-fil-A is still a privately held company, but you really want to get into a franchise for something when it's still obtainable, you know. Because I was looking at the story about McDonald's. It was called Founders. I was watching it one time on the DirecTV, and I saw how they all did that whole operation, even though the person, Ray Kroc, he was a crook. How he swindled the McDonald brothers, how he just, you know, just watch that movie one day. It's real interesting how they went about it. This, you know, original McDonald's up there in California, it's a real small town, and how they did the whole operation, and he signed on with it and said, I could help expand this McDonald's across country, and he turned around and stole their business, you know, gave them a couple $1 million, and they had an agreement with the royalties for life, but somehow or another they said they didn't have no record of that and stuff, and you know. But the guy Ray Kroc, he took that one little small idea. It was a McDonald's, you know, little McDonald brothers. It was done but a hamburger stand, and they grew it. And I mean, just watch that movie. It's interesting. I just love watching that movie. I caught that a couple weeks ago. And he had that idea about we could do a franchise, and McDonald's franchise was like $50,000. You know, I mean, yeah, you could say $50,000 is like $2 million today with inflation and blah blah blah. But back in the day, and this was like when they were selling franchises, it was in the 70s. It wasn't no billion dollars like that, you know. You know, McDonald's had been grew across the country for a while, but even at some point or another, you could have bought a franchise at McDonald's. Even if you thought about it in the 80s, you know, or let's say late 70s, 80s, you know. It was real simple. I ain't gonna say simple to buy a franchise, but I met a girl in Atlanta. Her family bought a McDonald's downtown Atlanta, and I said, well, what happened? I didn't remember seeing no McDonald's in downtown Atlanta no more. They closed it. I guess whatever happened, I don't know why they closed the McDonald's, but I think they was making that, her man was making some money. I think they had it for a while, and then they didn't want to do it anymore, and then they closed it, and that was it. But they was well off when they had it. Alright, I got 5 more minutes before my next block. You know, if I went to the gym, it would have been by so fast. I'm gonna have to change my schedule and really make a commitment of saying what days I'm going to the gym, what, you know, because I thought that maybe I could work out in between, but that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to start going to the gym at in the morning, and then do Instacart, and that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. I think on Tuesday, let me see, not Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm going to do mornings, and then I'm going to start Instacart about noonish, 11 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. Because I know Fridays for Instacart tends to be slow, because I think a lot of people wait until Saturday and Sunday to do grocery shopping. So, I don't know. I think Wednesday, Thursday, it was nice. I was getting ready to get out of here. I'm going to try to go to the Gentrification. Okay. I see you tomorrow, Paula. We should exchange numbers. Let me give you my number real quick. Or I can send you through the email. I'll send you my number through the email. But just in case, it's 678-266-7348. But I'm looking at the email you sent me. But it was nice talking to you. You stayed on with me for all these minutes. 77 hours to be exact. All right, Paul. I'll see you later. All right, let me end this. I'm talking too much. All right, bye.